Good morning. It's Gina, 3 a.m. Anyway, so as I sit here contemplating my wonderful situation, like I guess we all do, I speak of my alcoholism and everything because I think it has a big part of this. Although again, like I said earlier, there is a lot of cause and effect in there. But anyway, I had a point to make, and who knows, I guess a warning. So anyway, I held out on joining Facebook just because, I had stopped drinking, and like they tell you in rehab, you should not hang around the people that you did, talk to the people that you did, and so I wasn't going to join. And then you know what happens. People keep bugging you, and finally, I don't know, I guess I got curious. So I joined, and I had just stopped. I don't know, I was probably like 2 or 3 years without drinking. So, I had to go in and out of rehab to achieve this. Because I am now at 10 years, 1 month, anyway, without alcohol. But anyway, it's late. I joined Facebook because, people kept bugging you, and so it was like 2011. I think I joined it. I don't know, I joined a couple years earlier, but really 2011 is when I started using that thing. So in the meantime, in order to stop drinking, I went to rehab like alone too many times. But I had to keep that up, to keep going, to try. Anyway, so I go, after I get out of rehab, they set me up, which actually, the rehab place, awesome, obviously. I haven't drank in 10 years. If you want the info of where I went, it's really good. Anyway, when I got out after staying inpatient, and they set me up, after I did like, I don't know, a month and whatever, inpatient, I did outpatient 3 days a week for like 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know, something like that. Which was a drag because it was 3 hours a night, 3 days a week. And it was outpatient, and I was working, so that was fun. That was a pain, and by then I can teach rehab, trust me. But anyway, so I did that. And then, of course, they referred me to a therapist and a shrink, which I probably definitely need the whole talk therapy. Actually, what you need to learn how to do when you started partying too early is learn how to grow up emotionally mature and act like an adult, but you're like 36 and acting like a teenager, right? Although not quite as bad, and improving all the time. I pretty much got that. Now I'm pretty much like any adult that acts spastic time to time. Anyway, so I joined Facebook against my better wishes for someone with me that's had like this whole, I don't know, stupid whatever life. And I'm at the time in rehab, and in therapy. Guess what they tell you? They tell you, share your story, be an inspiration, and help others, right? So I'm going exactly by the program, like, because I had to stop drinking. So what do I do? Well, no, actually, they didn't just tell me personally, for me. It wasn't just like what they teach where they say to share with others. They told me because, well, obviously, because I can talk a lot, although hate talking in front of crowds. They told me I should speak for schools and groups and stuff, which, well, I have my reasons I wouldn't do that. Anyhow, because I don't think I'm a good person to speak about any of that at all. So, at least in front of a group. So, anyway, I was contemplating for a minute. And because I had like 4 professionals, along with other people that told me, okay, and then rehab tells you, tell your story, share your story to help others, okay? So anyway, I joined Facebook, and although I was probably like 38 or 39 when I was like really started using it, I was really probably had the mentality of I'm not saying whatever, that's a different story, but my emotional maturity was probably, oh gosh, I would hope at least 20, but I don't know, who knows? Sometimes I was really acting like a teenager, and every year, every month I got better. And anyway, so when I joined Facebook, I'm like new to stop drinking and everything. I pretty much blew off all my friends, everyone I knew, and because we used to drink together, and quit going everywhere I went, or used to go, and but I go on Facebook, right? You know how you do. You add people that you probably shouldn't from, I don't know, whatever time period, right? Anyway, so I'm doing what my therapist, I mean, they're wanting me to speak in groups, right? And then they're telling me I should go to high schools and stuff. So I'm like, no way. But like after 4 of them told me, I don't know. I guess I thought I would test the water on Facebook, right? I know, stupid, right? But see, I had been programmed, I guess when we talk about programs, I had so been programmed by rehab and aftercare, and even your personal therapist will say, share your story. Share your story so that you can help others. Here's what I think. I think for one thing, people thought, A, I was glorifying and bragging about it, or B, crying out for help. I mean, well, for one thing, I quit talking about it because, well, of this, and because people can't see your tone or hear your tone. They can't see your face. It's a straight text. I'm terrible at that. And when you're acting immature, well, anyway, you act stupid. And anyway, so I guess, but see, there was more to that story too, of which I think did not help me. I don't know. It seemed like some of the stuff around here was tainted, and therefore, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was told in rehab. I was told at the therapist. I was told in aftercare. I did all that. I did the whole, I don't know. My last time, I think it was like 42 days in there. And then they had me go 3 times a week for 3 hours. So that's 9 hours a week, and I'm working, and I'm doing what I'm doing to the best of my ability, everything that they told me to do. So anyway, hey, if you go to recovery and they go, oh, tell your story, you'll help people, don't do it, because obviously it'll be construed as A, bragging, B, a cry for help, because after all, one person did call the police and said I was suicidal, and they showed up, and I was like, I'm loving life. I'm out taking pictures, editing, I'm learning, I read and I study daily. I'm like a sponge for information. So anyway, I suggest if anyone goes to rehab and they sit there and say, oh, tell your story. But see, you know what sucks about that? Is those people that told me to tell their story really helped me on my drinking. I mean, because that was a hardcore, I went willingly. It was a hardcore into the line rehab. It was hardcore. I mean, my God, started like really early, and it just, it went on all day. It was terrible. I mean, lectures, and anyway, so I don't think my little posting on Facebook, of which my doctors, therapists, rehab, and aftercare all told me, and everyone, that we should go and share and tell our stories. See, I'm not, especially then, I wasn't good at like expressing myself, because hello, even though I was like 36 at one point, you know, when I actually quit drinking, I mean, my maturity level was, oh gosh, I don't know. I would hope at least 20, but I don't know. It could have been like 18. I don't know. I hope not. But I'm pretty much an adult now, kind of. I'm a lot better. I got that. And so, anyway, I would get all panicky. One reason I try to handle everything myself, and a second, I was learning to live without drinking. Actually, that means you have to find yourself completely, because everything you probably liked while you were drinking, you're not going to like. Everything's going to change anyhow. So, I think that did not help me. I mean, I feel like saying to like the therapist or rehab, hey, don't go telling people to share their story and try to help people. I mean, that really backfired on me. But I was never bragging, nor am I suicidal in the slightest. And I think, of course, probably whoever's trying to set me up or whatever somehow had my number and called the police and said I was suicidal, which is absurdity. I mean, and actually very insulting at the same time, because, I mean, anytime I did this stupid shit, I was drunk. And I feel like I wasted like so much time. It's pathetic. But anywho, if you go to rehab, well, matter of fact, if you want an awesome one, message me or whatever. They're awesome. Just don't listen to the share your story. Don't, unless I guess someone comes to you, because they told me I should talk at schools and lead groups and everything. I was like, what? So I decided I would try amongst people I know or knew and test the waters. Of course, I changed, and it's a whole other, I wasn't going to do all that. So, especially after my little experience on Facebook, because they can't see your face, they can't hear your tone, right? And I am not that good at expressing myself in written. I am better at speaking. Well, I guess that's, I'm almost to my time. I might go to a second one.